Hey, howdy. I am in Athens, Greece. I've been traveling around Europe for the last couple months on a long vacation, and as of a few hours ago, it seems, the Greek government shut down bars, restaurants, museums, etc. Due to the COVID-19 virus, novel coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. And I don't particularly have any useful insights, but I figured I have an interesting perspective as an American. I can share with my other American people what's going on here, because I'm kind of in the dark. I don't really know what's going on, and I figure if I start sharing, then as there are developments, as things go on, maybe I could share more. I don't know if I'll end up in quarantine or whatever. My current plan is to head back to the States, heading to California on April 7th from the airport here in Athens, or about Athens. But I don't know what's going on. So we will see. I hear the current travel ban is not applicable to U.S. citizens from the Trump travel ban thing. Yeah, more travel bans. So nothing really in particular to share, just kind of an intro, stating my intent to share some videos as I go. So I'm at a hostel, which, as far as self-isolation goes, during maybe don't hang out with groups. Hostel may not be the best place, but that's where I'm staying, and I have another month here, and I can't really afford a nice hotel for that long. So, okay, guess we're doing that. And I'm trying to vamp actually, because where I'm headed, I can get the Acropolis lit all pretty in the background. So let's see. I'm mainly just making these videos for my friends, because I'm sure they're curious and or worried. And the street art here is fucking amazing. Athens has just so much cool street art. I'm really, really delighted and impressed. I've been sharing it on my Instagram because I like street art. So maybe I'll share some of that too. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that's the Acropolis coming up right there. Guess I'm making this video longer than I intended, but, well, whatever. Not doing anything else. So, I guess, because I'm planning on posting this on YouTube, not just MySpace or something where only my friends can see it. So if you have questions about what it's like going here, I guess I could answer them if I know the answer. Maybe I'll talk to some locals or something at the you can go. Hostel, because I got some pals there. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But also, this one artist here keeps doing this face. There's a bunch of other reoccurring motifs in the art here as well. I haven't seen that one yet, but that's nice. So maybe I'll make a slideshow of those, because I've been taking pictures, and I'll be in the hostel probably a lot, just chilling. So might as well do some art stuff. So anyway, I guess about me, in case you're not somebody that knows me, I am a statistician and social scientist by trade. My name is Dakota. I was working in Washington, D.C. for the last 5 years, but my office job, it was kind of dull. And so I left. My plan is to move back to California, where I'm from. Probably get into tutoring or teaching math or stats or something. And I've actually been having to spend more time in the hostel isn't too bad, because I've been trying to actually spend more time taking time to write some books or articles, or I'm not quite sure what format yet, on the topic of math anxiety, of trying to identify the underlying causes using like the scientific literature on the psychology of math anxiety, and look at what mitigation techniques have been used successfully, etc. And so it's actually been really interesting research, and I've been really enjoying it. And I was hoping to really dig down and do some writing while I stay in Athens, and I guess I'm gonna have to, because there's really nothing else to do. Okay, here's a little better of a view. Is that okay? Yeah, that is a little too bright. Okay, well, it's getting kind of populated, and I guess if the point is to avoid populations, then I shouldn't really go adventuring too far. But anyway, that's the Acropolis. If I make a slideshow of my travel pictures because I'm bored, then I might include some of those photos, because I went there the other day and it was really beautiful, and I took a lot of pictures, which is good, because it was actually the second place that I've actually paid to see a museum or whatever, because I've mostly been doing what I call spoiler-free travel, where I just show up in a city and at most I'll make sure that there's hostels or beds available at hostels, and I'll just show up in the city and not look up what there is to see. And let's see, maybe you don't want to see my face forever. So I've been doing that, where I show up and I haven't been going to museums or whatnot. I've just been kind of wandering around the cities and just kind of getting a feel for what life is like in the area, and just going on adventures. So sometimes I'm like, oh shit, there's a castle here. That's really cool. And I'm sure there's plenty that I've missed in a lot of cities that's probably beautiful and wonderful. But I usually don't know that it's there, so I can't really miss it if I don't know it's there. So it's been fun. I definitely have had a tendency before to kind of over-plan travel, so it's been an exercise in being a little more spontaneous and less anxious about but I'm not familiar with the area, so it's scary. So it's been really great, and I'm really it's actually done me. I think part of it too is I'm actively writing and researching stuff on anxiety and with the math anxiety thing. So I think it's kind of inevitable that I'm gonna try and apply that to some of my own life as I go through it. And also the part of the inspiration for the math anxiety thing is, I know this is rambling, but whatever, is I had really bad math anxiety growing up. Up until late high school, I absolutely hated every math class I was in. They did not make any sense. They were confusing. They were scary, and a lot of the teachers were mean, and just they didn't answer questions, and it was so frustrating, and it just seemed like nonsense. And then I started getting teachers who could actually say, oh, you know what, that's a good question. I don't know why that works. I can look it up. Or, oh, it works like that because some dead French dude worked on it for his entire career and figured this out and made a proof. And really, yeah, it was once it kind of clicked that, oh, mathematicians like argue about math. Like it's not some like pure perfect thing that we find and just pluck from the ether. That it's something we build. It's a technology. It's a living discipline that it changes. This is not something they really teach you because mostly it's taught by memorization, and it's easier for tests. There's actually a lot of good reasons for why. Okay, well, if you're teaching people in bulk, kind of the factory model of like, okay, well, there's one teacher and 30 students, so you kind of just have to push through and get them good enough for the test. But it's it really screws a lot of people. And there's these narratives going around of, oh, well, I'm not a math person, or I'm not a numbers person, or I'm creative, so I can't be a numbers person. Things like that, where, first of all, that is not a dichotomy. That there are creative people and number people. You can be both, you can be neither, whatever. And it also disproportionately affects women and girls. There's the whole research. I can't cite any of the sources right now because I'm just walking around a somewhat deserted Greece. What was my point? My point is I'm working on that. And, my point there is that the more I started reflecting on my overcoming math anxiety and becoming a statistician and kind of being in my own private way, kind of a success story of, well, math was scary, but I pushed through, and I learned that through actually being interested in it, even though it's scary, you can learn to be good at it, even if you're scared of it, even if you're slow at it, because fast math isn't good math. Fast math is fast math. It's like being able to make a pizza real fast. It's not inherently better, it's just faster. Same with math, but tests are timed, and so we get this overemphasis of this aesthetic of fast math, and it's just an aesthetic. It's not meaningful. It's just logistically useful for the educational model we have. So the fact that it keeps people from understanding things like mortgages and loans, it keeps what was that? And it disproportionately affects vulnerable populations. So I think math anxiety really is kind of a major social justice issue that is not talked about or really looked at in that way, at least in the circles that I'm in. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I did not mean to pitch my book, which I have yet to write. But hey, there's the pitch. From quarantine to Athens. So it's an adventure, and maybe I'll make more videos, keep you up to date. And if you want to ask questions, preferably please ask questions, because I won't know what to share unless I know what people are interested in. And you can ask about whatever, the math anxiety stuff, because that's what I'm working on anyway. So feel free to ask about that. That can help me develop my ideas and get a better sense of what people want to know. But also, I'm here, and it's a certain way to be here, and you can ask what it's like. I don't know. I run out of things to say. I should really come up with a better outro if I'm gonna make more of these, like a catchphrase or. Where the hell's my house? It's that way. That's not my outro. This is me. This is me here saying goodbye to you there. Finger guns.